In the first half of the 20th century, after failing to end the consumption of alcohol and being ravaged by organized crime for almost 15 years, America seemingly learned its lesson when Prohibition was repealed. The government had to learn the hard way that outright banning a popularly consumed substance caused more problems than the substance itself. Similarly, today our government is at a crossroads, and the coming years will tell if they truly learned their lesson or if they are doomed to repeat the mistakes of their grandfathers. With this in mind, legalizing and regulating cannabis will benefit society in two major ways. First of all, the amount of tax revenue the government is missing out on is staggering. According to a Gallup poll, 1 in 8 U.S. adults say they regularly smoke cannabis, and almost half of those polled say they have tried it at least once. This data suggests that a large chunk of the population consume cannabis, which in turn suggests that there is high demand for the drug. If so many people use it regardless of legality, why don't we tax it instead of letting all the money fall into the wrong hands? As reported by the DC-based think tank, the Tax Foundation, a mature marijuana industry could generate up to $28 billion in tax revenues for federal, state, and local government. Furthermore, this tax revenue could be used to benefit society in many different ways. For example, Nevada State Senator Tick Segerblum told the Las Vegas Sun, tax revenue generated by recreational marijuana will go towards the state general tax fund and be used to support Nevada schools and public education. In addition, California is doing its part in making reparations to communities adversely affected by the war on drugs. According to Melia Robinson of Business Insider, California plans to spend $150 million over 5 years to help the neighborhoods that were most damaged by the war on drugs. Equally important, creating a legitimate industry for cannabis will add a meaningful amount of new employment opportunities. As stated by Christopher Ingram of the Washington Post, in 2015, the legal marijuana industry in Colorado created more than 18,000 new full-time jobs. At the same time, studies show that once legalized, the regulations imposed on cannabis will keep it away from adolescents, whose developing brains are the most susceptible to its adverse effects. In short, if we want to keep it out of teenagers' hands, we must legalize it. Regarding the effects of cannabis on the developing brain, Kirsten Weir of the American Psychological Association states, heavy use in adolescence or early adulthood has been associated with a dismal set of life outcomes, including poor school performance, higher dropout rates, and increased welfare dependence. To combat this, Christopher Ingram says that experts believe that the best way to prevent minors from consuming the drug is to legalize and regulate it, much like alcohol and cigarettes. The available data from Colorado suggests that this might be true. According to him, the decrease in adolescent use works out to a roughly 12% drop in marijuana use year over year. In summary, the government is sleeping on the potential benefits of the legalization of cannabis. The economic benefits include being able to collect taxes and creating a plethora of new jobs, whereas the societal impacts of legalization include keeping it away from minors via the regulations imposed on cannabis. Given these points, it is clear that the benefits of legalizing cannabis far outweigh any societal costs associated with the drug.